36. Jesus said, Abba, Father, for you all things are possible. Remove this cup from me. And we don't know how long the pause is after that, right? How would you read it? Remove this cup from me. How long does that stay in Jesus's prayer? What is the delay factor after remove this cup from me? Does he wait to hear an answer? Does he wait to contemplate his own consideration? We don't know how long. Father, for you all things are possible. Remove this cup from me. Pause. Yet not what I want, but what you want. If we go too quickly and say, you could remove this cup from me, but I really want what you want, it sounds flip, right? And doesn't sound like what it seems to us as good readers of Mark to be, which is Caesarea Philippi and Peter saying Messiahs don't die, revisited, right? This is Mark 8, brought over into Mark 14, where Jesus has the same temptation that Peter offered in chapter 8, and for a moment, he asks God to remove the cup, right? That may have been why he called Peter Satan in chapter 8. He knew how susceptible he was to that reversal. But now he knows heat's on. He's had the anointing. He's faced the belly of the beast. He's faced strong opposition from the most powerful Jewish leaders in town. It's a little more serious now. It's not simply what is going to happen in the future. It's what's going to happen in a few minutes, right? And so we can understand why poignantly he prays, if it's possible, let this cup pass. And then however long he waits, but not what I want, but what you want, right? That's in all of our lives. That's in all of our lives, whatever the cup is. Not to diminish Jesus's cup, but we have moments like this. Gethsemane colors every life, right? Now I've got a poem in your handout if you want to read it. It's Ella Wheeler Wilcox. It's a very nice poem about Gethsemane. It's worth reading for your spiritual walk sometime in Holy Week. So Gethsemane happens, and it ends with Jesus's identification that the time has come. The betrayer is at hand, he says. So in very fast order, with the word immediately, he says, it's time, right? And Judas comes up, and Judas kisses, and then they know who, right? We know this scene, but let's go read it, because we may have missed something that is a part of All Roads Lead to the Cross. Immediately, while Jesus was still speaking, Judas, one of the 12, arrived, 1443. And with him there was a crowd with swords and clubs from the chief priests, the scribes, and the elders. What have crowds done for this whole book? Crowds have shielded Jesus for the whole book. You and I have tracked that pretty fastidiously, right? We've watched as the crowds became his hedge in Jerusalem. And way back when the crowds ticked off the Jewish leaders because they were so huge, we've been watching crowds. So this one has to, if you're reading carefully, this one has to clang for you, because suddenly there's a crowd that's not Jesus's crowd. From the Jewish leaders comes a crowd. Have they gone out and recruited their own crowd? Well, they come menacingly, right? This is an election that's going to have its share of menacing, by the way, right? This is ripped from the news in a way. We're seeing both sides fomenting. We're seeing all kinds of predictions of violence, people shutting down storefronts. So, I mean, we've got some of this kind of specter playing out. They come with swords and weapons with the soldiers from the chief priest, and they have him, right? One of his guys pulls out a sword and tries to defend him, and he doesn't say here, live by the sword, die by the sword. He just kind of lets that happen and accuses the leaders of not taking him in broad daylight. But I do want you to recognize the crowd is a big deal here. It's just that the crowd has turned, or some of the crowd has turned. That's going to be even more poignant when we get to Pilate's election time, right?